My next guest is an independent artist and a Grammy-nominated gospel artist and musician, evangelist, entrepreneur, actress. I read some extra information they didn't tell me about. An author from West Memphis, Arkansas. They can cook in West Memphis, Arkansas. They got some barbecue stands up in West Memphis, Arkansas. She is here today to talk about her new book, You Will Win, Inspirational Strategies to Help You Overcome. Please welcome to Money Making Conversation, Jekalyn Carr. How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Pretty weird. Okay, first of all, let's let everybody know you're 20 years old. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing because
Yes.
I got, right after this interview is going to follow Ayrton Gavin. He's only 23 years old. And so this is my little millennial run. You know, this little run of people who got it real early. Because in college, I'll tell you, when 20 years old, I had a lot of great ideas. I couldn't hardly put it on paper, but I just didn't know. At 20 years old, I got to ask you this. What made you, I know I read about your parents, but what made you have a clear understanding that you had a path that you can write a book that will inspire people?
You know, I knew that one day I would write a book, and I just didn't know that You Will Win would be my first one. And so actually the push and the motivation behind the book was I traveled the world, and I began to hear people tell me their situations and things that was going on in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems as though they were allowing their situations to win over them when it's supposed to be the other way around. And so I just wanted to know what is it that Jekalyn Carr is supposed to release to the world to help them get back up again. And the message came in You Will Win, just really challenging people to tap into that champion on the inside of them, helping them to understand that you don't have to become a winner. You was born a winner. All you have to do is tap into that champion and unleash that champion from out of you. And sometimes it takes you getting connected to some champions so that they can challenge you and pull the best out of you and not the worst. Because if all you are around is defeat and people you're around is all you see is sickness and poverty and just lack, that's going to rub off on your life as well. But when you make up in your mind that you want to win and you want to succeed, you got to break from that and get around some people that can really push you into that place of greatness, because you were designed to win and overcome in life. And so that's just the message in general and the motivation behind the message, You Will Win, getting people to see themselves as champions the way that they were created to live as.
Now, the note on that is that you was talking about people constantly allow defeat or dark moments or failures or fears. Now, because you've been speaking since you were 10, you're 20, so over a decade. You didn't just start talking. We could tell by your opening speech, you know. I just shut up. I'm not interrupting until she paused. Because you can talk, girl. I almost passed the plate in my radio booth. You know, the beauty of what I'm saying to you is that you articulating because you've traveled a lot. And you've been able to hear people because you're in a motivational world, and also the gospel or the church world. There's a lot of sadness tends to be a major story to be told. How can you help me? You know, how can I get? How is God hearing my prayers too? And it's really about you talking about look inside yourself and stop allowing. I won't use the word excuse because I don't want to insult anybody. But don't allow yourself to fail when, guess what? If you just start putting a plan in place, and that's what You Win is all about. And that's what I found. And expound on that a little bit, the plan that when you put this book together, because it's articulated. You have a model. At 20 years old, you put together a model of winning, a model of victory for anybody who reads this book.
You know, absolutely. And I think that the root of that problem is a lot of times when we try and we start to plan, we start to work on our visions and our goals, and we failed over and over again. And people feel like, well, because I failed before, ain't no sense in me doing it again.
Right.
But even in the book, I help you to understand that the problem is not in you failing. The problem is in you not trying. And what we have to understand is that everybody is not not going to get it on the first try, second try, third try, fourth try. You know, some people, it takes a minute, but as long as you continue to work, it's all about being consistent and persistent. But in order for you to be consistent and persistent, you have to believe in yourself. You know, you have to believe in yourself that it doesn't matter how many no's you hear. It doesn't matter how many you can't accomplish this because no one else in your family accomplished this. You come from this type of community, this type of neighborhood. Your past look like this. But when you believe in yourself enough to want to push beyond all of that negativity, you'll continue to work. You'll continue to plan and keep pushing until you reach your finish line. And in my book, I explain that as having a winning attitude. You know, it doesn't matter what you see, and defeat may be all around you. And one thing you have to understand, too, is that you can't do nothing about your past. You can't do anything about how many times you've been defeated in your past, but you can do something about now and moving forward. So make up in your mind that I will never be defeated again. Every day is not going to be all sunshiny and all of that, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to allow my cloudiness and my rain interfere with my working and my plan. Why? Because I believe in myself enough to know that I'm going to win.
I want to point out a couple of things in there because she broke several things in principles in her chapters. And on the intentional victory, she was in this lane. I want to build up defining a win. And I would just want to defining the win is really, really key because a lot of people they what's a win? A win is, you know, dropping or lose a friend who's holding you back. You know, dropping a bad boyfriend or girlfriend. Okay, getting a divorce. Sometimes that situation that's a win. You know, a win is, you know, it's not all about paying off your debt. Sometimes it's not, you know, if you're at a job that you don't want to be at anymore, you just keep going. Defining the win is putting the application someplace else.
Absolutely. And that is very imperative to your winning journey. And really a lot of us, we're winning and we don't even know we're winning because a lot of times we fail because we compare our wins to natural circumstances such as games and events and awards and all of these different things. But what you have to understand is that in a game, only one team can win. But when you are doing what you're supposed to be doing and doing the right thing and working on your dreams and goals, you win every day, whether it be you getting your peace back, you starting back to write your dreams, and you getting up. You know, many people hadn't got out of the bed in a long time, but to actually get up again, you know, and just become energized and feel good about yourself. You know, those are wins. So I tell people it's very important that you don't overlook the things that you are accomplishing, whether they're small or great, because at the end of the day, if you're winning, you're just winning. It doesn't matter where you're winning in, as long as you're winning. And
that's why it's important that I wanted to point out that sometimes people tie winning to big moments, and they're simple moments. You know, if you look in your, you know, cleaning out your house, cleaning out your garage, those are wins. Those are wins. You know, cutting your grass, that's a win. Just do it consistently.
Absolutely.
Just do it consistently, because I want to talk about celebrating the win, something I didn't understand, and I'm doing it a lot more now. When we come back more with Jekalyn Carr. Wow, girl, we are uplifting up here today on Money Making Conversations.
We'll be right back with more from Rushion McDonald and Money Making Conversations. Don't touch that dial.
Hi, this is Rushion McDonald. I'm hosting Money Making Conversations. On the phone is Jekalyn Carr. She's really inspiring everybody in this booth, and hopefully she's inspiring every listener or viewer that's watching Money Making Conversations on my Facebook page. More importantly, iHeartRadio podcast as well. Her first book, You Will Win: Inspirational Strategies to Help You Overcome. It came out February 20th. I bought the book on Amazon. So you can go on Amazon right now and you can buy this book, Jekalyn Carr, You Will Win. Just type in You Will Win: Inspirational Strategies to Help You Overcome. Now, before the break, we was talking about defining the win. And I wanted to get a little statement about myself, to celebrate a win. Which is really important, and I pulled that out of your book. And everything we're talking about is in your book. And it's important that people understand that We're not adding any extra verbiage here. She has a plan in place that will help you win, short term and long term. Her key is don't look at your past. Don't look back there. You can't change your past. You look at your present and your future, and you can affect all those things. And defining the win, and we'll stand on that a little bit longer than we will normally, because if you don't understand how to start, then you won't ever make it to the middle part of success, nor will you accomplish your goals. And we talked about defining the win. Celebrating the win is something I never did, whether it was a new television show, a sold-out concert, or winning an Emmy. I just put it on the shelf and moved on. That's a mistake. You really have to understand that what you've accomplished has value. And that way you appreciate and you slow down for a moment to reset. And that's something I didn't do. And so explain to everybody why celebrating a win is very important, because I understand it now, Jekalyn.
Yes. You know, one thing that I've learned within my journey is that, of course, we're supposed to work, and we do what we're supposed to do concerning your dreams and where you want to be in life. But if you never take that moment and that time to step back and celebrate the things that you have accomplished thus far, it is hard for you to have that drive and that motivation and that push to want to do even more. And so what this does is it's also another form of balancing. You know, we hear people say when it's time to work, you work, and when it's time to play, you play. And so many times people feel like, you know, it's wrong for you to celebrate, but no, it is okay for you to step back, because remember, you hadn't always been where you are now. And so you want to, whenever you can look back and see that you've come a long way, you know, that's a tremendous accomplishment. And you have to take that moment to celebrate, because again, when you step back and you celebrate, it gives you that push to want to say, oh, and since I did that, I know I can do this. And since I did this, I know I can accomplish that. So that's why it is important that you celebrate the things that you have accomplished thus far, and to remembering that it is a form of balancing as well.
Wow. Now, you have two favorite chapters that I want to talk about. As principle, each chapter is called a principle. Principle 3 is structures to win. Tell me why that chapter, structures to win, stands out to you.
Yes. In this chapter, I teach us several things. And one of the things that I tell you is to expand your thinking. Because if you never think beyond where you are, you can never go beyond where you are. And so many times, a lot of us, we are held back due to our limited mindset. But when you can look beyond your current circumstances, look beyond your age, look beyond where you come from, and begin to see your potential and how far you can actually go in life, that's when you will begin to start accomplishing things after you believe in yourself, of course. But it starts with you changing your mindset. It is impossible for you to win. It is impossible for you to be successful if you don't have a successful mindset, if you don't have a winning thought process. You know, and again, sometimes it takes you, because everybody doesn't know this. Everybody wasn't taught how to think winning and think success. So sometimes it helps when you can get some inspirational messages in your ears from different motivational speakers, or if you can write down your vision, your goal, or whatever it is that you want to be or accomplish in life on different little sticky notes and put them around your house, put them on your mirror, on your refrigerator, dashboard. That way, every time you turn around, that's what you see, and you have no other choice but to think yourself into that place of success. And then, of course, I talk about focusing. There's so much negativity that will come to you on your journey to win. But at the end of the day, you cannot allow that to blindside you, because, listen, people are going to talk, and negativity is going to happen whether you're doing bad or doing good.
That's true.
So it's best for them to talk while you're doing good. So you want to make sure that you continue to stay focused on your assignment and your dreams and what it is that you desire to accomplish in life, and don't allow that to set you back. You don't have to respond to every negative thing that has been said about you or to you, but you have to learn how to push beyond that and don't allow it to make you sit down, but let it catapult you to want to be even more successful in life.
That is think success. That's important that she's saying. She's trying to get your mindset to understand that you have to, if you want to be successful, you have to think successful. You just can't. It's just something you just don't wake up. It's a process, and more importantly, the word expand. Because if you stay in that little small box, then you won't see other opportunities, nor will you. And that's that box of fear, because that box of fear is powerful. Because so many people aren't doing things in life because they fear change. Now, one of your other great chapters that you wanted to at least communicate on before we wrapped up this interview was patience to win.
Yes. Patience to win is just talking about when you look upon successful people and you see their results, you see where they are now, but you never see what they had to go through and the patience they had to have in order to endure what they had to go through. And so with all of that being said, we must understand that anytime you desire to be successful and win in life, there are certain things that we have to go through. It is only processing us and equipping us for our place of greatness, because when we get there, we want to know how to handle our success, because so many people, they access their success, but they lose that place. And so what the process does is it teaches you how to appreciate it more, how to treat people, how to, love on others. It doesn't matter how much greatness you obtain. It is important that you treat people with respect, because when you give respect, you gain respect. And so that's what it's all about, just helping you to understand that you have to go through in order for you to be able to appreciate your place of success.
Now, I want to close the interview out with what I found was pretty profound: the 12 habits for a win that's in this book, and there's so much more in this book. Like I said, she's defining your starting line. I want to say that, and it's understanding that you have to define your win, you have to gain structure, you have to be patient, because it's not going to happen overnight. But in this book, she has 12 habits for a win. Number 1, start each day with a prayer. Number 2, challenge yourself to work on your vision. Those are little sticky notes she was talking about. Let your thoughts be positive. Don't let negative win. Don't let fear win. Release words that counsel negativity. Come on now. Release words that counsel. I'm going to win. How about that? Yes. I can win too. Those are words that counsel negativity. Get out of my life. You're a loser. I'm tired of you telling me I'm stupid. I can win too. Align your words with the vision. Live a balanced life. Let your words transform atmospheres. Keep a winning attitude. Speak the good things that you want to happen. Release words that will bring life. Let your words cause a good vibration, and understand the effect your words have.
Yes.
Jekalyn, I'm going to tell you something. I am a fan.
Thank you.
We will be running this on podcast many times. We're going to send this to you. Your word, not just your word, but your maturity, your clear understanding that this is not something that, you thought about last week. This is a lifestyle. This is a mission to give people an opportunity to be successful. And you've been fortunate, and we've been blessed that you put it in words and it can be shared. Go to Amazon.com right now. Go to Amazon.com right now and buy this book. You will win. It's the name of the book. You got to buy it. Jekalyn Carr. I want to bring you back. Can I bring you back on the show?
Yes, absolutely.
I got to bring you back soon.